Hello, it's your girl Adele again. Today I want to talk about fellow singles. Did you know single people, and even those who are in a relationship, it's good to know if it ever happens, to prepare in the future. You might be in a good relationship, but mainly for fellow singles. Did you know that sometimes when you feel empty, you're feeling needy, it's actually a chemical imbalance? And it can be. A feminine divine can actually feel the need for that testosterone that she used to get in a relationship. And equally, the masculine can feel the need for that estrogen intake. And that's why many of us do one-nighters, because they get their fix. And after coming out of a relationship, getting it on tap, so to speak, it can be that very reason to cause us to make bad decisions. If it's chemical, can we fill that void that was once filled, but in a healthier way, instead of risking STDs and catching feelings? And the answer is yes, guys. Yes, there is another way to fill that void without having to go out and have sex with any Tom, Dick, and Harry. But if you want the healthier option, it's actually more diverse than what you think, because instead of filling a void, you need to actually bring down your half of the output, because like a magnet, it's the release of your very own chemical output, so that you don't need to feel that balance with the opposite chemical output, if you know what I mean. Or more so saying, instead of having a magnet that was always stuck to another magnet, here's you as a girl as a magnet, and you're in a relationship with a guy as a magnet, you stick together, and when you break up, what we can do is take away our magnet, because it no longer has a magnet to stick to. So chemically, we don't need to fill that void with something else, but we can bring the amount of energy that we put into it down. If we become celibate, eventually our body will actually stop releasing the amounts of chemicals that was previously released during arousal. So you'll be releasing less estrogen or less testosterone, and that's really good, because it can be quite annoying to have a lot of estrogen and a lot of testosterone, honestly. But it's the arousal itself that creates the endorphins, and those endorphins, remember, they're the happy feelings, they're those ecstatic feelings of woo, that's what we crave sexually, because our body is used to having those feelings. It's like taking drugs. It's like crack or something. That's why some choose to have casual sex, to feed those cravings, because they feel so euphoric. But our bodies also create endorphins, emotional endorphins, we should call it that. When I was in a relationship, for me, this was, it wasn't the sex that I was codependent upon. I enjoyed the sex in my relationships, but I was happy to go without. It was instead the feeling of security that I had, knowing that a masculine counterpart was thinking about me and giving me attention. That's it. That to me was amazing. That to me was euphoric. I remember the feeling. It's like this euphoria of peace, calm, tranquility. Oh my gosh, somebody loves me. Oh my gosh, I must be okay. And to be that, to have that feeling, it was just, woo, I was addicted to it, because that's how it actually made me feel. It was just that simple fact that I was accepted by him, and it gave me that euphoric, addictive feeling. So in other words, I was addicted to the feeling of being accepted by my partner. I know a lot of people say, whoa, that's really stupid. But I know, I'd never really thought about it until I analysed it. If I felt that our relationship, though, if I felt that it was at risk, listen to this, I'll go the other way. I would have these huge waves of negative emotions. Okay, not anger at him, never anger at him, but these emotions were like these horrible pains in my stomach, and I can remember the feelings. It was like this clenching in my stomach, and a clenching in my back, and I'd actually feel the anxiety, and it would be like butterflies going around in my upper part of my stomach. I would feel unlovable as a woman, and then I would feel insecure, I would feel fat, I'd feel ugly, I wouldn't feel feminine enough, and I just didn't feel good enough. And then I felt like a reject. And this feeling was the very reason I hated being single, and it was this very feeling that I felt right through my teenage years, because I felt so insecure at high school, and these feelings would actually make me ill. And I remember having constipation a lot because of I think it was like, the block up inside of me, the stress inside. And I know it sounds weird, but I do believe that it was to do with that stress of not feeling acceptable. The feeling of, when I remember high school, I remember being in pain a lot. So that feeling alone, I was petrified of. It would make me rush out to find myself a partner so that I could fill that void emotionally, because I didn't know any other way to do it. From the age of 15 years old, this is my story. From the age of 15 years old, I had my first boyfriend, and I went from relationship to relationship, okay? And I was never single from 15 years old right up until 2016, where I was 42. For that long, I was in a relationship after relationship. And then from 2016, I realized I had a codependency problem, but I was trying to I knew it, but I was still using my toxic behavior and going through relationships just to try and feel, because I didn't like to feel those horrible single feelings of insecurity. And I was running into toxic relationships again and again and again to fill that void emotionally. And it's just dangerous. It's dangerous. And why is it dangerous? Because I kept on opening up that chance of being broken over and over again. And the insecurities would be worse every time I felt broken. And it was like a snowball effect. The triggers were always still there. As soon as I was single again, it was as if I had, been in that single place for forever. And it was worse, and it was just bubbling over, and it was just really gross. This is why those who are totally physical, physically in that sexual side, they love the sexual part of the relationship, and I do too, but I'm not addicted to it. But the ones who were addicted to the physical sex, they were okay to have casual sexual relationships. But those like myself who are emotional should never have casual sexual relationships. Why? Because people like me catch feelings on the freaking first date, because we feel the attention, don't we? And that's the feeling we want. We want to keep it. Some people just get to the point where it's like they'll take on anybody so they can have that attention. Now, then you've got people who are healthy within a relationship. They're not codependent on sex or emotional stuff. But unfortunately, even healthy people will lose a partner for whatever reason. And what a healthy person will do, they might turn toxic. It might hurt them and traumatize them. When you're traumatized and you don't plan and strategize your future. You may make bad decisions, but if you remain healthy through the breakup, you'll go through that breakup, you'll miss your partner, you'll grieve for some time, but they won't rush into making a bad toxic decision. Instead, they'll go through the grieving process, then build themselves back up again. So if we can't fill that void emotionally with casual affairs and get our sex, our sexual feelings satisfied, how then can we maintain happiness while we're single if we're not going and having casual affairs, or having casual sex, should I say? Well, this is where we have to start working on uplifting ourselves to become better people. And self-love is about elevation, yes, but elevation is not what some people think it is. Like, it's not about talking ourselves up into a fake kind of egotistical make-believe world. You got this, girl. I say that a lot too. But just saying you got this, or you go tiger, go get him, or that's not elevation. I'm a queen, yeah? So how are you a queen? Saying something and actually doing it is the work. It's usually hard work, okay? The beginning is saying it, thinking about it, but once you've started thinking and strategizing it, then you got to work on it. Now, to become a better person, you usually need to start exercising, dieting correctly, working a new job, doing longer hours. Maybe you want to study a new degree or course, or you want to become an entrepreneur, start your own business, or you have to let go of something and release something toxic. Give up smoking, give up drinking, slow down on my drinking, slow down on my smokes, give up drugs, I don't know. It really depends. Everyone's different. So everyone's got a different goal. And it just depends on what you want for yourself and for your future. And that's up to you. You can do whatever you want. And I'm not going to lie, self-love is a lot of work. And it's probably a place that is scary because you've never been there before. Or you might have tried to change a certain way, but then you found that it was too hard and it was too scary to keep working on. And so you gave up. And then you went back to being toxic again and going into these relationships and just, excuse me. That's when a coach like me can actually be really helpful. I mean, you choose your own coach. You don't need me. But if you want me, you know where to find me down below. But a coach is really helpful because A, we're there for you every day. Yeah, you get to see us every day. But we're there with positive vibrations every day. We've got tips to keep you aware. We open your mind. We like to make changes and we like to stick to them. But B, and this is really important, we never judge. Okay? The one thing I love about coaching is that being an empath, you cannot be judgmental. Not because it's not someone's fault, but because blaming someone is not part of our job description. Okay? We can leave that to the gossips. I'm sure we have enough of them. Leave it to the backstabbers who dwell on the misery. That's their life. Leave them in that, okay? Chuck it out to the snake pit and let the snakes deal with it. A coach is an enthusiast, okay? We see you in a good light. We want to worship you, mate. You know, we want you to put you up there, okay? Don't be shy. Get up on you. It's only you who can see you. Or if you want the world to see you, that's your goal, then let the world see you. I'm not a cheerleader, and I've said this in another video before. Go, 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 go. I might say that a few times and dance around once we get successful, but I'm not your cheerleader. I'm not telling you sweet little nothings in your ear, because sweet talk It does nothing. What we do is we switch you from a negative mindset straight into a positive one. How do we do that? By analysing the problem without judging, without hating, without blaming, without getting angry, without holding grudges. But solutions are everywhere. They're everywhere. You know, you got doctors. There's a doctor tree. Get all the fruit from the doctors. Get all the fruit from the psychiatrists. Get all the fruit from the personal trainers. Get all the fruit from the freaking... Get on YouTube. Get on Google. It's bloody everywhere. And that's what I do too. I go on Google and it's everywhere. We just need to refocus the vision. We need to start the vehicle up and get away from that negative vibration. It's toxic. How long was I in a toxic state of mind for? Being in relationships because I wanted to get attention to make me feel accepted. From the time I was 15 up until now, pretty much, when I decided to take on life coaching. 46 years old, mate. 46 or 45. I knew I was in toxic relationships from 2016 onwards. It's 2021 and I finally released it. And it had nothing to do with the guys I was with. It didn't matter whose fault it was, but my fault was that I kept on throwing myself into a relationship because I was addicted to the feeling of being accepted by a male, my partner. And now I'm single because I guess I have to learn to do all of that stuff myself. Now, the first rule for coaches is to get your focus away from any negative emotions, okay? Be it anger, depression, insecurity, feelings of worthlessness, pretty much anything that's bad, okay? We open your eyes to the vision. Now, we focus on that vision by coming up with strategies, regimen, we research success stories, we follow through with theories, we analyze without judgment. It's fun. And when you are seeing how we do it, you're going to start doing it too. It's fun. You're finding things. You're opening your eyes. You are becoming aware that there's good fruit out there. It's still good out there. You know, a lot of us, you lose hope, but there's still good out there. You've just got to reach out and have a look around. We are better than any haters because hating gets you nowhere. It really doesn't get you anywhere. Okay? We go through the baby steps. You know, I love going through the baby steps. I love enjoying my hour to hour or even half hour to half hour process or even minute to minute process of each and every day. Savor it. Savor your experience of every day. And if you're sitting at your job and you hate going to your job, start enjoying it. Start finding out ways that you can enjoy your day at a job that you hate because it's boring. Savor every minute. Find ways and really enjoy it. Because I remember working in a call center and I was like, oh my God, I've got to sit in this place, in this chair for the next 3 hours or 2.5 hours until lunchtime. And I can't do this. And I just thought to myself, oh, I'm stuck here all day actually. I only have like 45 minutes for lunch, so I may as well change my mindset and start thinking of ways that I can enjoy it. And I did. I savored every single half hour, minute. I threw myself into my job. I got, caught up into it. I really thought about customers, got into my KPIs and all those different sorts of things that we were supposed to do as customer services representatives. And I actually really enjoyed my days after that. But not only that, I actually became quite good at what I was doing because I was doing it positively. Okay? So enjoy your processes through every day, right up until you go to sleep. Follow yourself every day, right through. See what you can do and how you can make your days much better. And if you can't sleep, if you have problems with sleep, then research. I like researching on insomnia, which I don't usually get. I can pretty much fall asleep standing up. It's terrible. But we can find success stories in whatever we're having problems with. Google it. I'll Google stuff as well, and we can. The thing with me is that when I start finding good things, then everyone's like, "Oh yeah," and guess what? This is too, and and I heard this other story. It just snowballs, and you find more and more theories that are out there. You can compare them. You can take on this one or that one, and you can re-strategize. The world is your oyster, but it's more so your mind map. It's more so you're like an artist painting his own painting, and you are the artist. You can make it look however you want it to look, and you can make it as good as you want it to look. Re-strategize, re-energize, re-visualize, just keep on doing that all day until your day is done. And wow, you just got through a day, but you got through your day with your mind on your goal. That reminds me of mind on your money and your money on your mind, kind of the same thing. But not only that, you didn't give up. And then we're going to try it again the next day, and we prepare for new obstacles, okay? And we refocus on extra vision, and it's like that sense of euphoria. And now that I can do that sort of thing in my life, I'm actually feeling that sense of euphoria that I was getting from my exes, but now I'm actually, wow, every day I am focusing on my vision, and I am creating my own euphoria, which means I don't feel that need to go out and get into another relationship to do that. But guess what else? I am not feeling sore within my stomach over here or over here. Some people might have heart problems. Some people get high blood pressure because of certain parts of their lives that, really upset them. And all it was focusing on vision every step of the day, every step of the way, the day, the way, the milliseconds, the milliminutes, milli hours, however you want to do it, you can do it. And what's your goal? Your goal can be whatever the heck it is you want to do. And as long as you stay on your goal and not on your pain, okay? Let me just say, now I understand many of us, and I sympathize and empathize, but sympathize in this matter. I sympathize and I understand that many of us have been through horrific, traumatic ordeals. Some of us, if I went through what some people had been through, I don't know if I would be able to mentally take that on, because some people have been through the worst. But we need to let it go. It's essential to let it go. You gotta let it go. Let it go. Let it fucking go. Because focusing on the pain will take away your focus on your vision. Okay? Now, see how easy it is to overcome and to stay on track just by focusing, it's like your bad life was here, your goals and your vision is here. So you are looking at this bad life, thinking, ow, that really hurts. And then all of a sudden you look at your goals, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. So we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, that, and that. and in a matter of not even a second, your mindset, that's called a mindset switch, okay, where you can easily change from your focusing on your pain to focusing on your vision. But let me remind you how easy it is to fall off the wagon as well. And so that's why we've got to prepare, and we've got to keep on strategizing. We've got to plan. We've got to strategize our energies and our future missions just in case we fall in the future. Okay, and get on Google, find out, what will keep you from falling. There's just, everyone's got an opinion about everything. Take the good. There's a plethora of knowledge on anything. What do you want to do with your future? What's your goal? Like I said, it's all about reminding ourselves to see the goal. Just look away from the toxicity, because it ain't worth holding a grudge. We only have room in our lives to hold on to something positive. Make sure your thoughts are good, and you should be good, okay? Focus every day on the positive outlooks. Reflect on it, okay? Whatever you can do with it, just keep on, snowball it, manifest it, meditate on it. And that's another good thing is meditating. I want to talk a lot more on that in another vid, because the way we meditate is important, and the things we say in our meditation is also important. It's exactly what manifestation is, building up that energy, building up that momentum. The momentum is getting it going. Momentum is like a wheel turning. Once it starts its process, it's easier for you to keep it going. And you got to keep feeding it and keep it going around and around. And, like a snowball, it will get bigger. And isn't it better to build a positive snowball effect instead of a negative toxic effect? And it's that very process of building yourself up with that good energy in order to keep your foundation strong so that you don't give up and that you don't fall. Okay. So it's given me a sense of feeling that I used to feel when I needed to feel that acceptance within a partnership. Like I said, that euphoric feeling. So with self-love, I've realized that I can actually do exactly that on my own. What I used to get from my partners, I can actually do it on my own. And the feeling I get from it is exactly that same euphoria, or even so, I've actually realized it's a better experience. It's more heightened in regards to the feelings that my exes gave me. I feel more heightened because A, it's healthy. Okay, I'm not using somebody to make me feel accepted, because that's not healthy. Okay, and B, what am I focusing on? I'm focusing on a goal, and I'm focusing on, I might want to be a doctor or something, or, lawyer, barrister, or, teacher, or something really cool, freaking helicopter driver, pilot. I'm focusing on changing my life for good. And that's pretty much, what I wanted to cover. But, just to reiterate that in order to get through a relationship breakup and to handle your single life, we can celebrate it with vision, or we can devalue it with reminiscing on the pain. Have you ever seen angry people just going off on their trauma? They're going off on the injustices of what they've been through. They are yelling, and the more that they get angry, and yes, we can understand their pain and their trauma, but the anger is building and building, and you can just see how toxic it is to focus on your pain. You don't have to deal with the pain. Isn't it nice to be able to see a brighter future with you in it, happier and healthier and successful. Yay! So I better let you go. 30 minutes I've been talking. I hope you enjoyed that. So I want you to take care. I want you to have a wonderful night. My email address is down below. Put a comment in if you need to speak to me or send me an email. Have a wonderful day, night, morning, wherever you are in the world tonight. It's like 11 o'clock at night in Brisbane. Very late tonight here, but I am sending you lots of love and well wishes to you and to all those that you love too. Take care, and I will speak to everybody again. Bye bye.